and welcome to Nice and Blunt. I'm your host, Adam Riancho, and our guest today is Hoohames. Welcome in, bro. You're hopping in for a weekly segment. We're going to start this week through the end of the off season, where not only do we draft one team, but first we're going to have a discussion on a more broader topic in the NFL. And this week is our training camp dream and nightmare scenarios. So welcome in, bro. I'm excited for this to start. How you feeling?
I feel good and hopeful that none of this, like all the good stuff happens and none of the bad stuff happens.
Yeah, if we go like 10 for 10 on these, it's like perfect. Our
Yeah.
exposure is
Yeah.
going to be great. And then if we miss on maybe just one of them, then there's a chance that it derails into a rough season. But I think we're gonna have some good takes here and some fun exercise. And excited for it to start. Let's bring in the chat real quick. We got Sladen in here. He's first today, but got to run to the store. Be back in a little bit. Welcome in, Sladen. We got Air Jeff in here. Aloha. And we also have our boy Jamie. Thank you very much for joining us, Jamie, and as well as Game Type. Yeah, excited for our show today. And I guess without further ado, we can begin. I'm trying out a new format in terms of the streaming, so I hope this goes properly. But let's get it going. You're our first slide here, Huam. So take it away.
All right. So what we're looking at is what news do we want to hear coming out of training camp, right? Like that's the goal. Like what positively or negatively do we want to hear? And one of the positive things and one of the most positive things I could possibly hear for my personal portfolio is Katron Allen starts training camp taking first team reps and he continues to take them. Like we've already got some coach speak talking about, and I don't know if you know this, but like he was talking about a running back that he really wants to work with and how good and explosive he is and how his first step it gets in the ground and all this stuff. And that was about Katron Allen, not about JCM. There's also been coach speak already on Katron Allen being listed first and Robert Henry Jr. getting listed before JCM, which is not great for JCM. Like I feel pretty good about the Katron stuff, but like hearing that he is definitely taking first team reps would absolutely be awesome for what I've been doing.
Yeah, the Katron breakout, I think, is probably the most like interesting thing to watch in this backfield. I would be devastated. Like the headline that comes to mind in this, where like, holy shit, please no anything but this, is if JCM is just the man. And I find it very hard to kind of envision that. Like maybe I'm just a JCM hater or something, but his skill set, I don't think was ever proven last year to steal away like the specialty of both of these players alongside him. Like I don't think he can pass protect anywhere close to Rashad. I don't think he can provide the goal line production anywhere close to Katron. We saw him lose to C-Rod last year. So I'm kind of struggling to see where JCM really fits, other than just like change of pace, and like maybe just like a random house call saves you. But I'm in lockstep with you. I've been fading JCM and I've been catching up on Katron lately, but I have a ton of Rashad. We both have a lot in pre-draft.
Yeah.
And I think as long as it's not JCM, I think we're both going to make out pretty well here.
Yeah, so like you said, that was actually one of your negatives. Like this is the only one we were both on. Like but we were on it in a different way. I was on the positive side for Katron. You were on, please God, not JCM.
Yeah, this was one of the few things that I was like, if I hear this, I'm so pissed. So that's why it was the first one. We both were on the Commanders backfield, and I think we see it both the same way. What's your like percentage on Rashad versus Katron at the moment?
Post draft, I'll have to look at it, but I have almost 20% Katron, and I'm overweight Rashad.
I have exactly 20% Katron in post draft. I didn't take him very much in pre draft. So I'm a little underweight there, but I have 9% Rashad.
I'm 20.2 and actually exactly at weight at 8.4.
Nice. So
On a,
What's your
on DraftKings, I have a lot of Rachaad White.
what's your JCM share? I'm at 1.9.
I got 3.
Okay.
So I will take JCM if he falls to like 135 plus sometimes, and I need a running back. I got burned pretty bad last year by doing it. It's definitely not ETN and taking everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to do that. And same thing with the backfield of the Cowboys last year. It's definitely not Javante, and I was exactly wrong on both. So it
Yeah.
might not look good for Katron. It might look really good for JCM right now, but like he does have an explosive first step. If it's blocked, he is fast. There and the offense will be a lot different with Jaden Daniels under center, but I'm not super worried about it, but that might be the most worrisome thing. Like,
Well, Sladen is saying that JCM is 2025 ATN, so he's opposite us with White
yeah,
as last year's Tootin, and then Katron as Tank Bigsby. So very, very stark contrast there. Hopefully we're right.
I mean, so I will 1000% argue this because ETN has a receiving profile, always had a receiving profile. JCM has zero ability to catch. So I don't see that. I get that that's what you're projecting, and maybe points wise, that's what happens. But JCM has never shown an ability to be a good receiver. So,
Mr. Mufasa saying not concerned with White's 2 million. Personally, the way I've thought about it is like the Commanders have shown us everything that they don't want to spend any money on this position.
yeah.
Drafting a 7th rounder, a 6th rounder, maybe as long as they keep missing, maybe they'll get 1 round more expensive every year. But like they are refusing to spend a lot of money. So I don't think they wanted Rashad. And Rashad's just like, well, if I go here, I know I can ball out. I've got the chemistry and like I get to play with my boy from college. Let's bet on myself. 2 million might not be a lot, but it's a 1-year deal. Next year, they're going to be forced into paying me. That's how I view it. Like,
if you look at like in terms of how much money teams are spending at the running back position, Washington is like miles below everyone else. Like even the other teams punting the running back position, Washington is punted like they're basically a college, like they're playing at like a college offense against a professional defense, you know.
Yeah, they've completely faded spending money. So I'm not worried about that. I think it's just a structural like GM decision.
And I think Rashad's like, I want to go play with my buddy. And if I have to not make money to do it, I guess I have to. So I'm with you. I'm not worried because if you go look at the Commanders' room and how much money they're spending on it, and like it makes sense because they're one of the really old teams and they had a lot of money that's kind of being wasted.
Yeah, well, like Neil says, only problem is that Rachaad White stinks. That's where Katron comes in. But they all stink.
So I'm going to push back on Rachaad White stink. Fantasy people think Rachaad White stink. Rachaad White is a top 3 pass protector, and he's actually explosive out of the receiving game. Now, running, he's not great, but he's really good at those 2 things.
Yeah, if you go back to the season before they brought in Bucky, he was like just a volume monster. And it was like, well, yeah, you're only running for like 3.8 yards per carry. You're getting enough touches and catches to give me 95 yards per game and then basically a touchdown every week. So he can get there. He just needs the volume. But I think he will clearly have a role. No doubt about that. I think we can move on.
Right. Yeah. And as Mufasa says, like White, not good between the tackles. Like I'm not going to argue that. Like, but yeah, outside of the tackles, he's pretty good.
All right, so let's hope that JCM doesn't ruin us. And now let's move on to our second slide. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers backfield, and this is clearly one to watch, the Bucky versus Gainwell versus Tucker battle. And at least in terms of my bags, my shares, if it's Bucky Irving season, I am screwed. So basically, I want to see the headline that not only is Kenny Gainwell like at worst 1B, but like not just that, ahead of like Sean Tucker on the goal line. I think that's what I like really need to see. I have a lot of Sean Tucker, but like for the price, I've invested so much in Gainwell, and I felt like last year's breakout in Pittsburgh really locks him into an explosive ceiling, I am all aboard the Kenny Gainwell hype train. And if it's Bucky again, I'm gonna be pissed. So the headline I'm looking for is like, yeah, Bucky is not gonna be 100% until the fall. You know that like uh, Todd Bowles quote about whether it's late summer or early fall when we see him back. I'm really trying to push for that fall timeline, and then he just never quite delivers once he's there.
Yeah, I actually just looked at my exposures. I've got more Bucky than I thought. I have 3.8%. Like I thought I
Okay.
had 0. I didn't put this as one of mine, but it definitely is something that I'm also in on. Like the Gainwell stuff. Like I think Sean Tucker is just an awesome pick. Like the fact that last year they wouldn't let Bucky run in between the tackles or run inside the 5 is a pretty damning thing for him going in the 5th round. Now that could change because he was kind of hurt, but even early in the season when he wasn't hurt, he didn't get carried. He did have a touchdown inside the 5, but I believe it was a reception. It wasn't
Yeah,
on a yeah. He had this really sweet receiving touchdown. Maybe that was from like the 7, but I remember that like I think it was week 1. He had 2 touchdowns and he had a really sweet reception from Baker in the end zone.
he can get it done, but like the way that they've pivoted towards his usage, like clearly shows that they don't trust him in that spot. Like I'm maybe
Yeah.
just because he's small. I'm not really sure why. He feels talented enough, but like if he doesn't break a long touchdown, it's hard to envision him actually
And
paying off that round 5. So like you,
well, right.
I just checked it. I'm at 3.8% as well on
Oh,
Bucky.
exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like well, Bucky, that's the thing. Like he's not gonna be inside the 20s, most likely. Definitely not inside the 5. And that means he has to break a long touchdown. Well, if you go back and you look at his profile coming out of college, like he's actually not athletic. He's not fast. Like he's really good in like a phone booth, but he's not fast or anything else. So like breaking those long runs, and we've seen that in Tampa Bay. Whenever he breaks long runs, he's had some 50 or 60 yarders, but he's not scored on them. I
Yeah.
don't think. Maybe once. Maybe there
Well,
was one.
even when he had his first year breakout, he was never getting like 60% of the snaps. It was like he started off the year barely getting like 40, and then he started to play so well that it was like, well, clearly he's better than Rashad from like an upside standpoint. So we'll make him the guy. But they also refused to ever give him like more than 55% of the workload. Like he's not built for it. He can't keep everyone else off the field. And last year, like not only did he have the injury concern, he had mental health concerns. He needed to seek
Yeah.
like counseling. He was like
Right.
not excited to get back on the field, and like, you know, that from a psyche standpoint, if it's when I hear that, especially from a player of his stature, like I felt like he felt at the 5th round because he's small. He might just be in a lot of pain and doesn't like getting like tackled by NFL bodies, possibly. Like there could be that element where like he's in his head a little bit, and maybe it leads to some hesitation.
All I know is that there were some reports that like beat writer reports that didn't really get a lot of buzz last year that the coaching staff was not very happy with the way the shoulder stuff happened. Like and how the recovery like not that they didn't believe him, but like that they were upset with the way it laid out. And that's when that the mental health stuff popped up. And like I'm not gonna try to guess on that stuff. I don't I have no idea, right? But hearing that like the part to me that matters is if the coaching staff like was actually perturbed at it, like that's not good for Bucky.
Well, I think where it affected the team the most is their inability to add another piece and not put him on the pup or you know whatever. Right, it's the pup when you go off for 4 games midseason. He or it's the injury list. It's the injury list. Pup is to start the year. Anyways, he didn't tell them these would be factors. So when he got the like medical diagnosis of recovery
Yeah.
timeline, it was supposed to be within the 4-week period. So it's like, okay,
Right.
well, we're not going to put you on IR and then bring in someone else that we need because we're expecting you back by 3 or 4 weeks. So once that
Yeah.
failed to be the case, and now he's taking longer, it's like, well, you screwed our roster flexibility, and this
Yeah.
is setting the team back. So I think that's where it really played a factor. And he's got a short leash this year for sure. I think the Kenny Gainwell hype is legit, and then Tucker is just going to really steal those goal line looks.
Is it Kenneth Gainwell getting $7 million a year?
I believe that's correct. Yes.
Yeah, it's
I believe
he's
getting
getting
6.5, but
yeah, he's getting between 5 and 7 a year. Which, if you look, like, I'm pretty sure he got the same amount that Algier got, but
it's along those lines.
Which, if you look at the way the running backs were paid this year, like that was kind of on the higher side. So
you are correct. I'm looking it up on Over the Cap. 14 million total, 2-year deal, so 7 annually, and then the fully guaranteed money is 9.8.
Yeah, Zero just typed it in as well. But yeah, I like that. To me, that's not nothing. Like they're going to use him, so I feel good about it. But anybody can get hurt, but yeah, if we do get that news that Bucky's just absolutely explosive and destroying camp, like it's gonna feel bad. I agree.
We got a question from Kyle: Breece Hall or Bucky Irving? I think I'm very clearly Breece Hall.
Yeah, I assume after that discussion, you got her answers.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Mr. Mufasa, for the compliment. And then we got a few comments in here. Gainwell going to eat no matter what.
Into Bucky's workload,
heavy Kenny Gainwell. Quincy, though, is different. He's all over Bucky this year, zagging when we are digging. Digging.
If that's right, we are digging our own holes. Like
we're digging a grave.
We're digging our own grave if that's happening. Like,
Mr. Mufasa's team Gainwell. We got the.
I will say I do a lot on DK, and pick 65 Bucky feels pretty good. Which
if he's in the 6th,
he's in the 6th pretty often on DK, and it feels pretty good there. Feels pretty good.
But we'll see. We'll see what the camp news brings. That's ultimately what we're tracking, looking out for ahead of time. But okay, so that's our second backfield. We got our third slide coming in. This one's you.
All right, so this was a bear case. Like, this is something I don't want to hear. The worst thing I could hear, I have 20% Scatabo. I think it's actually a little higher, and I had 13.5 in pre-draft. If we get in and when the first padded practices come out, we hear Scatabo had a minor setback that came up after the first padded practice, we're going to hold him out a few days. Like, that feels that's like the single worst thing. Like, this is a injury that a lot of people haven't came back super strong from in year one as well. So if there's any sort of pushback, like any sort of like he's like it's not going well, it's very bad based on the fact that all news has been that he's ahead of schedule.
Yeah, for him to be just like have the mentality that he does, and like, it's finally a padded practice, I'm fucking sending it, and just wrecks the slow ramp up. That's where he can shoot himself in the foot, metaphorically speaking, where we just gotta, if anything, I kind of wish that they could hold him back in the beginning without any setback, just like hold on, and then once we get to like the second week of preseason, like get out there, bro, like you're all set. How much Tracy do you actually have? Because I'm kind of curious where you stand on the exposure. We got Zero saying where's my Tracy bros at? 17% Tracy, 3% Scat. I imagine you're the opposite.
Well, not really. I'm 22% Scat and 10.6% Tracy.
Okay, so you're still overweight.
I'm taking Tracy. Both of them on teams sometimes. Like I think that they could definitely ping pong weeks. the if Neighbors isn't healthy, one of them is going to be a smash early in the season.
I will say this. I'm starting to get a little worried. I've faded Tracy a little bit too much, hearing that you're overweight as well. Because the way I was kind of looking at it is like he's gonna take a huge backseat. But now I'm starting to think like with all of their receiver woes, could he just actually be like a huge part of the passing game
Well, like
because of his skill set in that regard?
we've seen them run two running backs in KC a couple times. Like, and these two running backs both have really good receiving profiles. Heck, Scatabo and Tracy may have better receiving profiles than the wide receivers on their current team currently. You know, like
Yeah, exactly.
like it maybe they might like if Malachi Fields isn't good, Darnell Mooney hasn't like actually gotten like what last year was real. It wasn't an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and OBJ is still OBJ in this year, right? Like he didn't hit he didn't find the golden fruit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh no, Juju Smith Schuster.
these could be the number 1 and 2 like targets at wide receiver if they were to play wide receiver. So I that's why I'm so in. Like
It's a fair point. I've started to think about it and like actually like, oh shit, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Tracy doesn't need to fall because he's actually catching that many passes. So I'm here with you.
Yeah.
We're both. I mean, you definitely led the charge on Scatter, but you were in before anyone but Meg, basically. So congrats with that. I am a little bit shocked to hear that you're that high on Tracy though. So maybe I got to catch up as well.
I even in pre-draft I took a bit of Tracy. Like I know what a Nagy offense is. It's ugly, but they run at the goal line.
Right. We got Quincy low-key fading him just for the sole reason that witnessing the injury was almost traumatizing.
So since you were there live, I heard an offensive lineman on the Giants say that he was going to like do the normal pick up the player thing like they do all the time. And that Scatabo like looked up at him and said, "Yeah, go ahead, pick me up." He's like, he turned the other way. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Your foot's the wrong way." And like he was like nearly throwing up, and Scatabo was like, "No, I can play." like he's just like, "No, I'm good." Like,
yeah,
no, don't worry about it.
Give me the give me the smelling salts.
I don't know if that's has any truth to it, but I think it was a Giants offensive lineman that said that happened.
Bam Margera presents Can't CTE Yourself.
Yeah.
He's a madman for sure, but that's where Dynasty is the only like format to be fearful. Like long term, no, I don't want to make this bet, but you know, now's the time. It's year 2. So no fear.
Yeah.
Let's send it. Balls to the
right.
wall. We got our next graphic here. Which one is this? I'm already forgetting. Oh, right. This one is just Travis Hunter. This one was mine. And the Jags receiving core is already like such a mess, but like monitoring the Travis Hunter situation is what could really, really screw the pooch on like, I don't have a crazy amount of Brian Thomas, but obviously I have a lot of him. And then I'm also slightly overweight on P Wash, but like Travis Hunter is the piece where like, how can you look at his game in London against the Rams where he dropped like 20 points and say that like he is not one of the most like explosively capable players? Like they drafted him second overall. How are they not trying to see what they got? So the headline I am looking for is just how often is Travis Hunter practicing on offense compared to defense? If it's like even anywhere close to 70+% in favor of offense, then I'm going to start to really worry about all three of the Jags receivers. How about yourself?
Well, we got a beat writer report, which means probably nothing, like a week ago that said that they think they may use Travis Hunter like 60% of the time on offense, which that's kind of like worst case for all three of the others. If that's true, like that eats into all like definitely Myers and Parker Washington's role, and at Travis Hunter's price, that's an insane value.
I've actually started to click Hunter a lot lately. He's boomed up in like the last couple weeks to just shy of 13% in my exposure right now.
Oh,
And like
nice.
I saw this tweet by FK Coolers about maybe a month, 6 weeks ago, and it really made me think about where I stand on him, because I think at that point I was maybe like 2%. I was really afraid of it, but when Cooler said this on Twitter, I was like, yeah, no, I got to start drafting him. Last year we drafted him in the 4th and 5th round, and like he did have at least one game that really showcased his explosiveness. Now he falls almost 100 picks compared to that. Round 13, round 12 is possibly the lowest we will ever spend on Travis Hunter ever again, for like the college profile and like the draft capital spent and like the true upside in terms of like what he can offer. It seems like a crazy discount, so I've started to pivot heavily in his favor. I still have a lot of BTJ, but I'm mostly BTJ and Hunter
I
in terms of
I
exposure.
I actually have the most Hunter and Myers, but like Hunter's
Okay,
the only one I'm overweight on.
gotcha.
I'm at 5. I'm basically 5% Brian Thomas and Parker and 7% Myers.
Yeah, I've
Like I
got
like
seven
I
and a half Parker, and then 6% Jacoby Myers.
and then you got a bunch of BTJ, right?
Yeah, 12.8 for both him and Hunter.
Well, I think that Hunter getting good news is not affecting BTJ at all, because BTJ is the only, like, he's the one that is the out, like he's been labeled as their outside X or their
Mm-hmm.
outside wide receiver. So Travis Hunter is going to just steal Parker Washington's role for sure.
Well, that's what it was last year. If you look at Parker Washington's production, it never even looked like usable. He looked completely irrelevant up until Travis Hunter went down. It was is directly correlated to Hunter missing time. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I would say Parker as well. It has the most to lose if Hunter
Right.
does blow up.
Yeah. And like he's the one I'm kind of like really worried about of the group. I think at the end of the day, what's going to happen is Jacoby Myers gets traded midseason again.
That'd be funny.
I,
That'd be pretty hilarious.
like I think that's what's going to happen, and like I kind of feel bad for the guy, but like it just feels like if Travis Hunter is getting a bunch on offense, Myers is not going to be happy again. He's going to ask for a trade, and they'll be like, "Yeah, sure. Would anybody want this guy for 20 million? Anybody? All right, here you go. Give us a 7th. It's all good."
That'd be hilarious. I
Yeah.
also feel like this is like the most interesting thing, where if an injury happens, like what does it look like for Hunter? Like, is there a scenario where he actually runs like 85-90% of the routes? Do you think that's ever possible?
No,
If,
not with the fact that they did not draft a single corner, and they were one of the worst secondaries in the league last year.
yeah, that's a good point.
Like that's why I'm not like 25%. Like that's because of that. I also don't know if they signed any in free agency. I can't remember. I'll look that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but it's definitely the weakness of the defense. They were elite in the run game on defense last year. They
Yeah, well,
forced a lot of turnovers.
not draft like trading up to take Boricher or whatever his name is, like, or not trading up, but just taking him, but not addressing corner. I know the cornerback class was supposedly weak, but yeah.
We got Sladen. Jacoby Myers, the key cog to Buffalo's 3 slot receiver sets. That would be a fun landing spot.
Yeah.
Traded and becomes the alpha receiver on our team. Young Moolah pumping the brakes on Hunter. The easiest fade for me this year, infinitesimal chance he beats me. I know Young Moolah hates the Travis Hunter pick, but he's just too talented. I think they can't not see what they have, right? Like,
Yeah.
At some point they just have to test what they got.
Yeah. there's picks we all hate. Um,
Is
there's
there
definitely picks that I don't like, but
is there a button you want to put on this topic, or should we move on?
no. I mean, I'm just saying that everybody has a pick they look at and they're like, I don't understand this at all. So like I have like 4 or 5 of those guys. But
Before we do move on, I just wanted to bring this up. I put a little forethought into the pictures I selected. And so thought this was kind of like emblematic of everyone's stance on it, where like Hunter's
Yeah.
just like ready to fucking go. Like, put me on the field, coach. I'm ready. BTJ's just like upset and kind of over it all. If that happens, Myers is just a little confused about like, why did you bring me here? And then Parker Washington's just happy to be on the team.
yeah.
A fun way to look at it. But okay, we can move on to this is our 5th topic, and we're moving on to the Packers receiving corps. Take it away, Who?
All right, so we both landed on a Packer. I landed on Savion, and the quote I want to hear is, "We view Savion as a weapon. Plan on mixing him in the run and pass game." Like I think there's a okay chance for Savion to get 3 to 5 actual rushes a game. If we end up getting like negative Marshawn Lloyd news like we do every year, like it's Chris Brooks and Savion there, and he's also the number 4 receiver. So do I think he's gonna like go out there and just take Golden's job? No, like I don't think that, but like if he could get on the field in the backfield and get some swing passes and stuff, like he would be absolutely electric. And I'm looking to see them just say we view him as a weapon. That's what I want to see.
Zero saying Cordero Patterson role. The Golden versus Savion is kind of just the only way I kind of had to frame it, where like we're both interested in this year 2 development essentially.
Yeah.
But is it going to be one or the other? Probably not. But if go ahead.
I'm looking at Savion to be like on the field some at wide receiver, but mostly like getting some of those high value running back touches, like at some point in the season. Like if Jacobs gets hurt again and Marshawn Lloyd gets hurt again, like it's Savion and Chris Brooks, and multiple years in a row they're both hurt. So
I kind of see him as like the perfect fill-in for what Jaden Reed offers in that, dual threat ability. If Jaden Reed ever misses time, I think Savion could really explode. But there's definitely there's going to be a role for him. They've had a extremely deep receiver core for years. They've had way more guys than they need. And then this year they finally opt to not draft someone. Meanwhile, they let go of Dobbs and Wicks. So it's like very clearly they've shown their hand in the draft. This is their plan. It's just kind of to what degree will he break out?
You've listened to me. Well, what round was Savion drafted in?
I believe the 6th. It might be 5th.
3rd.
3rd. Shit. Okay.
He was a 3rd round pick. Like they drafted shocking. A 1st round and a 3rd rounder last year, and then the next year they move off of both of the guys getting volume. Like the one guy getting the useless volume and Wicks, and Romeo Dobbs, the only Packers wide receiver last year that have over like 70% route share.
And they're not like tied to draft capital in a way where like they're never going to use you just because you were drafted later. Like Romeo Dobbs' first year as a 4th rounder was like more instantly involved than like Christian Watson was. So they don't really give a shit where you come from. I'll be honest. I totally forgot Savion's draft capital. I'm a bit shocked to hear round 3 as a reminder. So yeah, he's going undrafted. Whenever I like find myself taking Jordan Love at a big discount, like he falls, every now and then it's like, am I really going to pass on Love at like 123 when I like need a QB2 and I like was planning for like Malik Willis or something? It's like, okay, I'll mix him in even unstacked, but like, where's the partner to, pair with him? It's Savion Williams for me, but how high of a ceiling do you think he could have?
I mean, if we end up, I could see Savion getting 6 touchdowns and like 350, 400 yards. Like, I'm not saying that he's going to be a smash, but that's like I could see him getting a 2 touchdown, like 50-yard game, uh, or two. But the real upside is he could just become a running back. Like he ran a Wildcat offense in college.
Yeah, especially if Lloyd is just the same old, same old. Lloyd has been a big riser lately, like about a full round last like week, basically, and
Yeah.
no steam at all on Savion. So you might be onto something, bro. Excited to see what Savion can do, but going to be an interesting role for him, regardless.
Yeah.
And then I had Golden on here, where for me it's just, like we already kind of got the quote that Golden was going to be like the receiver in two receiver sets ahead of Jaden Reed. And so now I'm just kind of like, how much can he really develop? Because like the writing's on the wall. It's like, how much can they afford to not make this first round pick work? And compared to all the other first round picks from last year, like even Burden, who was a second rounder, is going in the fourth round, but he was drafted a few picks after Egbuka. Egbuka is now going in the third. Tet is still going in the fourth. But then Golden is all the way in round 10. He feels like a great value. I've been taking quite a lot of him, and like maybe not like intentionally, but I've recently like realized how much of him I have. Matthew Golden is my most drafted Packer at 18%.
Wow.
I might be a little too heavy invested, but that's where I stand.
Yeah, I understand the bet. I kind of want to be there, but I'm not. Like I like all the receivers in that area around him a little better.
If he
I got burned on Golden pretty bad last year, so
Well, I'll say
like
that if he was going around earlier, I would not have this much at all. But like once I run out on Pittman, on Pearsall, on Myers, and like someone just is sitting there in the late 10th, I'd rather have Golden than Romeo Dobbs by like a
yeah,
significant margin.
I would rather have Dobbs and Wandale
Oh, I mean,
and
sorry,
and
I'd rather
and
Golden than.
Concepcion.
Well,
Like
I'm opposite. I misspoke on that. I'd rather have Golden than Romeo Dobbs and that little pocket.
okay, yeah,
Um,
right. And I go all the way down to like Concepcion before I really want Golden. Like
okay.
that's just where I'm at. But I understand the Golden bet, and I'm very in on the Packers offense being a lot better this year. Like being a lot more pass heavy. Like they're going to miss Micah Parsons for the first half of the year. They weren't. They were not a good defense with him off the field last year. I think they're going to be behind and throwing a lot at the end of games. And as Al Boogie says, Golden late 120s is okay. Like I think at 120 ish, he's perfectly fine.
Well, I think because of the injury risk with Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and even Tucker Kraft, like he's the healthiest player they got from at least last year's standpoint. It's not like you can mimic every single year it's going to repeat with injuries,
Right.
but like I feel the most confident that somebody else goes down and he stays on the field.
Well, right. Like they've already said Jaden Reed's playing in 11, like he's not playing in 2 wide receiver sets. So like Gold is going to be the one on the field. Most
Yeah,
likely. So
I think the way their franchise operates, that's kind of always like was the
yeah.
plan. Like they don't really draft for like the rookie season. They draft for the long term, like 2-3 years ahead, and how they can develop it. So that's what I'm kind of betting on. I just trust the Packers scouting department, and even if they might not take him in round 1, like I view it as they had the conviction to go against their history and like the way that they operate, and actually made the bet because they really do trust him. So if they're wrong, then it'd be like the first time in a while where they're that sold on a player and miss at this position.
Right.
But
Yeah, no,
it is risky.
I think like he's one of those players. I look at my exposures and I'm like, I don't love being at 4%, but I look at the players around him and I want more of those guys too. I'm generally taking like I was taking a lot of Tyler Shuck or Jared Goff in this range. So
They've started to fall a little bit,
yeah.
but at least not Goff. But yeah, if I'm not going quarterback at that turn, I mostly take Golden, and it's usually after ADP. But hopefully I'm not wrong. Hopefully Savion doesn't burn me. We will see.
Yeah.
Let's maybe pivot to the next topic. Seemed like the chat was not as bullish on Golden as I
Golden.
am. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah. You can't be aligned with them on everything.
no, there's going to be some misses on both sides and hits elsewhere. But this one I kind of tacked on late just because we had some overlapping ones. But you mentioned it yesterday, and it's definitely a battle to watch. And I took these pictures kind of intentionally, where like Travion's just like running away with it and like speeding past everyone, and then Ramondre is just like begging for someone to smack the ball out of his hands and fumble. Like that's kind of how I've been playing it. I have about 13% Travion. I believe I'm at like 4.5, 5% on Ramondre, but you seem
Yeah.
to be the opposite.
I'm like 11% Ramondre and 4.5 to 5% Travion. And it's not a knock on Travion. It's more of the style that I'm building teams. I really like the wide receivers in the like I love Christian Watson. I really like Mike Evans if he falls back. I love Devontae Adams. Um, I just like the wide receivers there before or just over Travion, Tootin, and that group. And part of the reason I like it is because 2 rounds later you can get Ramondre, Pollard, Jalen Warren, and if they're all gone, Chuba. Like I don't love the Chuba pick, but like it's there, and I don't think you can get a wide receiver at the same caliber in that area. And I think that there is a chance that Ramondre, Pollard, or one of those other guys could get close to these running backs.
For me, the reason I've taken a lot of Henderson is because in the fifth, I love Swift there, but once he's off the board, I'm not fully sold on the Browns
Yeah.
backfield and touchdown upside for me to take Quinchon. I'm not excited to take Bucky there very much. I'm not dying to take David Montgomery either. And then some of the hype on Tootin, I think, goes a little too far. Whereas Henderson, like I was really in on him last year, and I saw the proof of concept where like, especially when Ramondre's out, like the man can drop 30. So I'm trying to bet on the house calls and just the upside for best ball. And then why I don't take Ramondre is because I take Herbert there all the time. And
Right.
give me Pollard and even Rico still above Ramondre personally.
So something I will say is I'm very low on Travion. It's like 4% on Underdog, but his ADP is 60 or 59 on DraftKings, and I have quite a bit more on DraftKings. Like I think Travion is a better bet on DraftKings, and he's cheaper. So, like I'm kind of doing that because I'm playing on both sides. I'm kind of like taking some players a little more on one side versus the other based on which one I think half point PPR or full PPR, how they profile better.
Yeah, it's always kind of like playing it as advantageously as possible.
Yeah.
But I have been trying to get a bit more Ramondre because I want this backfield. Like no doubt about it. I know there's gonna be a lot of touchdowns. I want the Patriots backfield for sure.
I kind of think like I haven't done it, but I think if you go like Bichon and then Travion, you could just tack. Like I guess you couldn't do that because they're all by week 11. But like if it was Gibbs, then you took Travion and then you just add Ramondre. I don't necessarily hate that.
Yeah, playing them both isn't terrible. They are expensive for
Yeah, like
to get both, but it's still viable for how it worked out last year. It's not the worst plan.
I don't. They're pretty expensive, but I don't know. Like
For
I think
upside, I think
Travion
it can hit.
Well, right. Like I think that both of them are going to put up multiple 15 plus point weeks.
Yeah.
So,
But
and the Ramondre fumble thing is overblown. Like he fumbled last year early in the season. They put Travion out there, and then Ramondre won the job back.
they even trusted Antonio Gibson a little bit more than Travion. So
and like it was because Travion Henderson, who was a very good pass blocker in college, didn't pass block well. Now, and he's been spending his whole offseason pass blocking, which is really bullish for him. Like, because if he does improve that, he is going to be on the field more, which means more explosive plays. And he is definitely more explosive than Ramondre.
well, just real quick, let me look how skinny Travion is compared to Ramondre in this picture. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like in terms of like who you want in standing in front of Drake May when a 300 pounders coming in,
Yeah.
like I think it's kind of clear just looking at this picture. And like, if
Right.
anything, Travion's like zoomed in and Ramondre's like a little bit smaller than like typical. So hopefully the headline I'd like to see is what you mentioned to me in the pre-meeting yesterday. Travion's pass protection skills have taken a dramatic leap this year, and he's just crushing.
Which
so,
is the exact like perfect segue into my next one, I believe.
Yeah, our next one is, let me pull it up here. Yeah, your boy. I saved this one.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you see it in real time.
Yeah. So the one thing I like, another positive thing, my last positive, I want to hear Andy Reid go to the podium and say, "We love the way Emmett pass blocks, and we plan to use him in passing situations." So, like, he's won the third down role. Like, DeMarcado is a pro. Like, he's not been elite, but he's been okay at pass blocking. Emmett Johnson's a rookie. Bieniemy loves to do that stuff with like with Jerick McKinnon. The Jerick McKinnon stuff was with Bieniemy. And Emmett Johnson's a way better like actual player. And Casey's had, even with Bieniemy, like the Kareem Hunt rookie year was with Bieniemy. So like as long as he can actually hold up in pass protection in the NFL, Emmett Johnson's a really good pick. But if he can't, like, and if we don't hear that he's doing well in pass protection, it's probably going to be DeMarcado. And I have a lot of Emmett Johnson. So
what's the final share on Emmett right now? Where does it stand?
So like in pre-draft, I was actually like 9% DeMarcado, by the way.
Okay.
Like I loved the DeMarcado pick. I have 16% Emmett right now.
Okay.
But I have him tacked on into like 4 running backs by round 11 builds.
Gotcha.
So he's like a big upside swing on top of an already set running back room.
I currently have,
because like last year, Quincy's saying Chiefs love a dusty vet. They do, but they did run Brashard Smith out there last year a bit. They did give Brashard Smith some chances, and he was really not good. So Kansas City also late in years, like it's a playoff situation. Like he's a playoff pick. Like late in the year, he could be out there earning a role, and like in an offense that we're probably going to be trying to cook because they're going to be behind in the division. So, and I want that Jerick McKinnon role, and that's what Emmett is a better fit for the Jerick McKinnon role than DeMarcado.
Is there a scenario where they could just give like Kenneth Walker like 85% of the backfield? Like, is there any world where you see them just letting Ken Walker loose?
So Kenneth Walker is, for his size and how big he is, he's actually a really bad pass blocker.
Okay.
So he's never played on third downs, really.
That would explain his touch split in the past.
That's why Charbonnet, that's why the splits happen. But it could be that the new team trusts him to do it. I don't think that's going to happen. He's getting paid to where that could be a thing. But
that's where I kind of stand, where like the contract makes me wonder just how significant of a role K9 actually has, and to the point where like it just makes anybody else irrelevant. But it's probably unlikely that he's like really locked into that, barring injuries to the depth chart.
I'm actually not taking a lot of Emmett right now. I've been trying to, like, I just didn't know any other names to take down there early on. Names are starting to creep up. I don't love the names, but like I'm mixing Jaden Blue in, Marshawn Lloyd, like started taking a little Ollie. Like I've been ahead on Ray Davis the whole time. Like I'm mixing in a bunch of these other names right now at the end of drafts. I just don't feel like Emmett's going to be a full zero, so I was taking him a lot. So maybe he will be a full zero, but if we find out that he is getting to do pass blocking with the ones or whatever, like that's going to be huge.
I used to take him a lot in pre-draft, so I've been more willing to slow it down. But
Yeah.
also, like, it's just kind of like, well, I'm getting the handcuff argument in this one backfield, but you never know if an injury makes this backfield more relevant. So to mix it up, and now that we know some other names down there, it's good to fade some of your early heavy stances just because you have already those bags
Yeah.
are packed. Those bags are packed.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I packed some early on in the off season, assuming that he might get positive news and then raise up. So if that happens, I'm good. And if not, I can just not take him anymore. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, at
Because
least
I still think he has upside.
in the chat we had some stances for Demarcado. A
Yeah.
little bit of hype
One
there.
stance for Demarcado. It's the same guy talking a lot. If I seen right, there's a lot of GAB.
I have no faith in Demarcado personally. I can't envision it really working out for him at all.
I actually like Demarcado. Like I loved the Demarcado pick or pickup whenever we did it. I just thought we would. I didn't think Kansas City would add anything. I don't think they expected Emmett Johnson to still be there in the 5th round. And we actually traded up into the 5th to take Emmett Johnson. So, like, that tells you something.
He's definitely in their plans. And someone mentioned Kareem Hunt briefly. I can't envision they bring Kareem Hunt back. That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, but, I just looked. I had 9.8% Demarcado pre-draft. So
that's
so like.
You believe in the role essentially.
No, I believe that like he could be like a Costco Jerick McKinnon. He's not 2.0. He's like, I don't know. He's what the Woody Marks of Jerick McKinnon's or something.
That sounds as accurate as you could describe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's pivot off the Chiefs now. We got just a few more left, but this one would be hilarious if I am wrong about, just because I have no Chuba Hubbard. Like, it's not that I even have like the most Brooks bags, but I have no Chuba Hubbard, man. Like, if somehow Chuba Hubbard smirks his way to get to staying involved, I would be so fucking pissed. It's really just like at this point, can Brooks just stay healthy? That's like the only way I see this like crashing and burning. But like Chuba feels like the least viable, the least exciting pick, and he's just refused to move down the board. So I've really never caught up on Chuba. I'm gonna look it up right now. But if the headline at a training camp a month from now is that Chuba Hubbard has overwhelmingly won the job, he signed another contract extension, like they're just head over heels in love with him, I will be fucked. But I have 2% Chuba, 1.9, and then Brooks I have at 10%. So I'm not like insane on Brooks, but still, this is the nightmare scenario I'd like to avoid.
I've got so pre-draft at the higher price, I was actually overweight both of them.
Oh, okay.
And post-draft, I'm more overweight Brooks, and I've got 1.9%, only $36 on Chuba.
Nice. Nice.
So I'm with you. Like I'm here.
Obviously, I've drafted some Trevor Etienne at times, but like that's kind of a bit more of like just a joke for the. I haven't drafted Trevor in like a month, basically. So
that was mostly like in 20 round drafts, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mostly pre-draft, but
I don't think he's a horrible shot, but I also think that he's more of a 20 round pick.
It fully requires Brooks going down and maybe even Chuba suffering some type of setback and injury. So it's pretty negligible. I didn't feel like it was worth bringing up, at least on the slide. But is there any part of you that like believes that Chuba can still do it? I mean, your exposure says no, but yeah.
No, yeah, like I've been waiting for him to bottom out so I could take more. And like for whatever reason, he doesn't like his ADP is falling, but people still take him at like 74, 75 every draft I'm in instead of at what his ADP says it is. Um,
Yeah, it's
I
very
think,
strange.
yeah,
I, I think it's kind of just like the necessity for running back in the seventh round sometimes, and like the lack of confidence in some of the receivers. But he should really be like maybe one spot ahead of like Kyle Monungai, in my opinion. Like I think him versus Rico is pretty clearly Rico. Him versus Ramondre and Warren, I think is pretty the other guys. So I think he should be in the 90s, and then Brooks
yeah,
should be
I
like 95, 98.
pretty much every one of those situations, I like the second guy, including like at cost the Travion Ramondre thing. Like, like I do understand that the Travion is the absolute home run swing. You had to have it pick. Like he has that in there, but yeah.
Well, it in the spirit of fading Chuba, let's say Brooks wins the job. How high of a ceiling do you think he has? Because I could see him be like RB 17 on the season if he like actually wins the job in training camp.
I don't know. I he could he might be able to flirt with like a 14 or 12 ish, like in like a really good season. But I think that their defense will be better. I think they'll run the ball a lot more. I think they're going to hide Bryce Young again this year. If Brooks does get hurt again and it's only Chuba and Travis, like Chuba will have like 80% workload on a team that's probably going to be around 500, win some games, and be a run first team.
Well, Zero says the last time Brooks was top 100 pick, Chuba was league winner. History repeats itself. Pay attention. I don't believe it. I think this is the Brooks season. I think it's coming.
Last time Chuba was a high pick, Rico Dowdle was a league winner.
History will repeat itself as well. The second running back to draft, I think, in Carolina, is the proper one. But we're in lockstep on that one, basically. So we can probably move on. And then this one made me laugh. You proposed this one.
Yeah, things I don't want to hear this offseason is that Ben Sinnott has finally figured it out. Like, I would be so mad if, year 4, Ben Sinnott, Ben Sinnot is like, all of a sudden, like, we love what he's doing in the pass blocking game. He's going to be out there every time. Like this would be horrible for me. Like the single worst thing, like Chigakonkwo did have trouble holding off Gunnar Helm last year. I like Gunnar Helm, so I don't think that's that bad. And it was an offense that wasn't doing that great. Like, and I do want the tight end that Jaden Daniels has. So like what the single worst thing I could hear this offseason is that the guy I was in on like an idiot 2 years ago on Sinnott finally figured it out, and now he's destroying Okonkwo.
Last year I drafted Senate on occasion. I definitely drafted him a little bit 2 years ago as well, but like yeah, this would crush me. I believe I'm at
yeah.
What's my Okonkwo shares? I have 13%. Chigakonkwo. So
lightweight. I got 20.2. I am so in on Okonkwo, but I got all of mine in the 140s. I've not really. I was at 28%, and whenever he was in the 150s, like I just took him at like 145 every draft.
Gotcha. So, now that he's moved up, I've pivoted to taking more Hunter Henry. So
I've pivoted to Strange. A little bit.
Yeah, he's starting to get a little bit more like, okay, now if I have Daniels, I'll grab him there, but I'm not like dying to just draft him.
Look at Bukowski's comment.
I bet Tex loves Senate. Sentex, I'm sure. Yeah. Senate is the Kolar light.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Kolar can block. At least Kolar can stay on the field. But Senate is like this is the
Like,
perfect picture for Senate because this is like his highlight reel.
yeah,
This is
this is all he's
him.
ever done on the field.
Yeah,
This is it.
He doesn't put the helmet on. He just puts his hand over his heart and prays to
Yeah.
see an injury above him. But
Yeah, so like, do I think that it's very likely at all that we hear this? No. But like, if it does have, we do hear tight ends picking it up in year 3 and 4, like randomly. Darren Waller did that.
well,
He was nothing for like 4 years.
I mean, it's even like Kyle Pitts, like he's starting to get better, even though
I mean,
his rookie
Kyle
season
Pitts was
amazing.
12 when he entered the league, so he
Yeah.
was acceptable. Like
I think we're safe. I think our bags are fine. I'm not too worried
Right.
about it. But if it happened to be the most hilarious thing,
yeah,
to to bless our
well, right, like he is number 2 on the team right now at tight end. But if we find out that he's actually like doing good in pass blocking and stuff, like, or maybe it might be even worse that we hear that he can't pass block at all, but they have to do 2 tight ends. And they're keeping Chicken to block and sending him out as the H-back that he was drafted to be.
Well, especially if like Antonio Williams just can't do anything, and like they're young receivers that, like, if it's Treylon Burke season as like number 2, I could see a world where Senate is actually more reliable than any other receiver they got. But there's still the veterans that have yet to sign. There's still some interesting scenarios there.
Kyle Pitts is 8 months older than Sanat. Yeah. Yeah. Like,
go ahead.
The Treylon Burks season thing. Like, Treylon Burks is probably the wide receiver that will be the blocker in situations at this point. He's a big guy. And they don't have anything at wide receiver 2. It won't be Antonio Williams.
It's possible. I don't think it's like a 0% chance, but it's probably you don't want anyone, because maybe our not our next slide, but the one after, I think we'll bring this up. But I doubt Senate will make any noise, and
I hope not.
In this vein, I also went tight end for my last one, and holy shit, man! If Stowers is a thing, I am screwed. The reason why I'm a lightweight by comparison to you on Okonkwo is because I'm scooping up Goddard like crazy. About a week ago, in like since the draft, let's see what I'm at now. I was sitting at like 25% Goddard. I'm right now down to like 18.5. I've been trying to slow down a little bit, but like I have so much Goddard. He's my second most drafted tight end other than Juwan Johnson. And like, I don't understand why people are still drafting Stowers. The news is that he's like struggling.
Yeah, I understand Goddard or Stowers in 20 round as a swing, as a 4th tight end,
I suppose.
But like I would have feel bad saying this. Give me the Kohler Bear. like I don't like it, but like give me the Kohler Bear versus Stowers. Like in most situations right now, Goddard is the player that I'm continually just moving up my ranks, and I don't feel bad about it. I've only got 9.5%, but like I take a lot of Tucker Kraft and a bit of Loveland, and I'm pretty in on the middle tight ends, Tyler Warren, all those things, like all those middle round tight ends. So if I take Goddard, I'm done at 2 usually. So I'm sitting there looking at like taking a wide receiver generally, or like a Cam Ward or something. So like I just the way I'm drafting, I'm not needing tight end there. If I need a tight end there, I pull him up over Jake Ferguson. I pull him up over Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
I think he should be going ahead of those guys.
I've started to pivot towards Kincaid just because
Kincaid
I have so much Goddard. But yeah, I think they're both excellent picks.
Kincaid goes at 113 on DraftKings. That should tell you something. Like he goes ahead of like. No, I'm not saying all DraftKings ADPs are correct, but and full PPR does make things a little different. But Dalton Kincaid to me is clearly like it's him and Kelsey kind of like clearly together.
If he stays healthy and it's a best case scenario, which is pretty likely, he probably gets more targets than DJ Moore.
Well,
Like
we don't
I
have
could see him have more of a role than DJ Moore.
we don't have to figure out when to start him in best ball.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like if this was redraft, I'm pretty out on Kincaid. Like if I got to set a lineup, I don't want anything to do with Kincaid.
No, it's a scary proposition. I've had him on my team before, and like unless you're in full PPR, it does not feel good. And it's also like any given week he can go down with a season-ending injury too, and it's just
I
forever a headache. But in best ball, if you're telling me he's healthy, I want him on the team.
I want to attack what Slayton just said for a second. The
Let me pull it up.
I've seen so little out of Goddard in the last half decade out of the parlor tricks of last year. He was always the ninth read. So I'm not going to disagree with that. But last year did happen. And part of the reason last year happened is because Jalen Hurts told them he didn't want to run the ball as much. He doesn't want to do the tush push as often. A lot of those tricks were options off of the tush push. And I think we just see it again. Like he said the same thing again. He said, I don't want to run as much this year again. So like I think that we might just see another like 8 touchdown to 12 touchdown year out of Goddard with a bunch of BS that should be rushes that count as receptions. Like all of those should have been rushes. And most like at least 3 of those should have been counted as rushes, but he got receptions out of them. Wild stuff.
I believe 9 of his 11 touchdowns were all like within the 5-10 yard line. They were all in like goal to go situations. He was hyper targeted in the red zone, and he's also crushed anytime AJ Brown has left the offense. So I don't buy the hype on Stowers. I don't think Lemon is going to be enough of a problem for him. I think he's going to crush his ADP.
I mean, Stowers. So for those who don't know or didn't do like rookie profiling and stuff, Stowers was only a tight end for 1 year, I believe, in college. He was, or maybe it was 2, but him and Diego Pavia had a battle, and they moved Stowers from quarterback to tight end. And then for some reason, this former quarterback can't block anyone. Like, not a shocker. Not a shocker. So, do we think a guy who is a horrific blocker in college that he's going to be able to figure it out in the pros? Like Travis Kelce was a converted quarterback to tight end, but he was able to block at the college level. This guy couldn't. So I think if they want to convert him to wide receiver, and some teams did bring him in as a wide receiver to try out.
He's a project, no doubt about it. And typically rookie tight ends, like there's usually one that's relevant, like, you know, Bowers, obviously, but like no one's on that level in this year's class. And like the only one that could have been was Sadiq. And once he went to the Jets, it's like, okay, never mind. So I'm not going to be afraid, but I will acknowledge if Stowers does become a thing, I am so fucking screwed. But it seems like the chat not worried about it, and neither am I. I think we can pivot to our last one though, and then maybe get to our draft since we're already over an hour.
I didn't know we had one.
This one is an honorable mention, and this one is very minor. I'm just kind of like,
okay, this
is where like some of our stands can get wrecked, and these 3 veterans are like just still the variable left hanging. So I figured it'd just be like, what's the best case scenario for these 3 that you want them to land? And then what's the worst case scenario? We'll start with Diggs.
I want Diggs in Washington.
Same.
Like I want Diggs in Washington. I think if Debo was going to go to Washington, he would have already been back. I don't think that's there.
Mm-hmm.
I personally kind of want Keenan in Indy.
Same.
Because I'm not taking a lot of downs. I'm not under, like, I'm like right at weight with downs. And Debo, I just want him to sign somewhere. Like, I don't know where Debo would sign. Like maybe Tennessee, that would like really hurt things.
That'd be crazy, man. They
you
have
know,
Ridley.
like, well, right. Like I mean, I don't know where Debo would sign that would like really destroy. Like Debo would be super fun in Kansas City as a 3. I don't think he would clash with Worthy at all. I think it would just be a good fit for KC.
Mhm.
I think Debo would be bad for Zay Flowers if he went there because he's a bigger body. He's good in the red zone. Um, like I think that those are two teams that are possible landing spots for him. And as you were saying, and your whole point is, we don't want any of them on the Chargers.
Yeah, no, if the Chargers re-sign Keenan, I am so fucked, bro. Like that is the worst case scenario for me. I've really been operating like he's going to play now, but he's not going to play for them, and it'd just be a true nightmare. I think he'll go to the Colts. I think so. If not, I think Debo goes there. And if he does go to the Colts, then I think Debo will pivot to hopefully the Dolphins. I want someone to go to the Dolphins, whether it's like one of these three, or they trade for Ridley or trade for Judy. I don't give a shit, but they need someone that knows what they're doing there, and
Yeah,
that's the dream. Other than that, it's Vegas, like
I
maybe, but that's not
I
that exciting because of Bowers.
I think I think Diggs or Debo could just land in Miami too.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
think Keenan would do that,
No,
but I think Diggs or Debo could just sign with Miami. Um,
that'd be
I,
pretty lit. But
I mean, it would be a lot of targets that are uncatchable, but it'd be a lot of targets.
how much Keenan do you have?
0.
Okay, I have 7%. I've slowly been catching up. I'm at like 6.8 right now. How much digs do you have?
A lot.
I have 18 and a half.
22.
Okay. And then Debo, I have 12%.
I'm at 7.5, but like I feel like I'm higher. I don't know. I generally already have like my veterans at that point, and I'm looking for a rookie upside swing at the end of the draft over Debo. And every once in a while, I take Debo anyway. But yeah, I Debo's a really good pick. I just of those three, I mean, I still don't know that Keenan's going to sign, but like maybe he does, maybe he doesn't.
It's not a guarantee. It feels that way, but it's definitely possible he
Like
opts against it.
Keenan also wasn't good in the back half of last year. He was really good early, but he
Well,
wasn't good down the back half.
the Chargers O line also kind of correlates to that, but I personally think he signed with the Chargers and they kind of like had you know, a backdoor deal of like, well, if I get to this number, I set records with the franchise as like the leading receiver, like going over, I think it was like 11,000 receiving yards with the team. I believe that's what it was. And so up until he crossed that threshold, that's when he was crushing. And then as soon as that happened, he was not scoring any touchdowns. His target share dropped significantly. They started pivoting to Lad more, and like only until the last week when it was like, oh well, if you get like 12 catches, you hit a contract incentive. He was kind of checked out a little bit. So that's where I think they could move off of him in LA, but he's maybe not totally set on like if someone offers him like $10 million, is he really going to turn it down? I
I mean,
doubt
it
it.
depends on what team it is. I bet
Yeah,
he would turn it down from Miami.
I guess that's one of the few teams that would be interested. But like, if it's the Colts, if it's the Rams, or I guess back to the Bears
I
possibly.
mean, that
But
Keenan to the Commanders would be interesting.
yeah, that would be interesting.
But like, I I don't know. Like,
I doubt it,
if
but
Keenan gets signed to the best possible scenario, let's say he goes to Atlanta, like
yeah, that'd
where do
be
you
interesting.
draft? Where do you draft him? Like round 14?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, 14,
Like
13,
I'm
around
just
maybe.
okay taking him there then. Like like
Okay.
like I don't care if I don't get like if I don't like loot like Keenan Allen versus Omar Cooper, like whatever. Not
I
Keenan
I can
Allen versus
respect
Travis
that.
Hunter. Like if I thought that he would move up to like round 10 or 11 when he signs, like I might want to get some now. Debo, I think, has spots where he signs to where he could move up to like round a 12ish. I don't think he would. That's another reason I'm not taking a bunch of them. But Diggs, I think, has spots he could sign that he's like a 7-8 turn pick.
Right.
So
Definitely from a auction standpoint, if it's round 14, then Keenan, yeah, I can respect that. It's still a dollar worth, but I could see him go there. I could still see him produce like round 11, round 10 production possibly, because there's a world where he gets like 75 catches. And, just that's where would he still be worth that ADP? I think so, depending on the landing spot, of course. But I believe that's it. Keenan to the Chiefs is definitely not happening. There's no way that would happen. But as Air Jeff is saying, enough yapping. Let's get to clicking. You ready?
Keenan to the Chiefs would be good for Rice.
You think so? I just he's not going to sign with the rival. There's no fucking chance.
I know.
There's no chance.
Like
that happens, it'd be fucking crazy. But
I was just saying that to see if I can get Slayton fired up. See.
Keenan Kelsey combined for 2,000 yards. The veterans coming in, but all right. I think we're ready. Ready to move on.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Well, in that case, let me shift this. Okay, this is what I thought. I still have the nameplate on the bottom, but I think that's fine. I think for the sake of the.
Oh, we're doing a pug.
Yeah, I figured
nice.
we can do a pug.
Coolers is exactly where I'm at. Like, as I was saying, like he wasn't good down the stretch. Like, I think the same thing. Like, maybe he's really good for advancing, but I don't think he's going to hurt you in the playoff weeks at all, no matter what. And that's why I'm very comfortable having 0.
I would agree, and that's where that's where the Colts feel so interesting as a spot, because if Alec Pierce is slow to start, then he fills in for them early, and then they don't need to count on him very long after that. So we'll see what happens. But we got Jiri in the house, Big Dogs. Welcome in, Jiri, friend of the channel. Subscribe over there on Jiri's channel. I think I missed it earlier, but Hartman joined us. Subscribe to Hartman FF, and then also our boy Young Moolah, GAB for life. Subscribe over there, friends of the channel. Awesome live streamers. But we're going to hop into this pug, and we're going to hop in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 5 spots remaining. Come on down.
So what'd you think of the thumbnail today for Meg?
Oh, it was awesome.
I showed it to you last night, but
yeah, I felt like at first I thought you were having Stefania Bell on, because I only got the thumbnail for a second, but I thought that was great with Kit. The way that Kittle is grabbing his ankle makes me kind of concerned.
Screaming.
Yeah, it makes me a little worried.
And the fact that Scatabo looked like a hobbit, I'm like, yeah, that kind of, I could see him having the super hairy feet and living in a hut. Like,
where do you stand on Kittle? Do you draft a lot of Kittle yourself?
I'm overweight.
Okay. I've been slowly getting back up to speed on it. I think I'm at like 7.5 right now.
I got 14%.
That's nice. Are you worried about re-injury? I think it's mostly re-injury for me. Like once he's on the field, I don't really give a shit.
It's just such a big upside swing for such a low cost. Like if Kittle didn't get hurt in the playoffs last year, he would be going next to Tyler Warren.
Right.
Maybe ahead. Maybe around Loveland.
Yeah, his weekly spikes were so consistent. It was just double digits every single time.
He is older, coming off of an Achilles. Like, it is scary. But, like, even if he's 80%, like, he's worth the price he's at now. And
we are about to be on the clock. Do you want to get different with this one?
We can do whatever you want.
I mean, JSN fell to pick 6, so I'm down for that.
That's fine.
Okay.
We with Meg today, we pulled up Amon-Ra, so
yeah, that's where my rank is. But it's all kind
of. I want to be at like 5. I think 5% is like my target exposure for JSN.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to get back to. At least I was at like 2.5 for a while. And I was like, oh wait, fuck, I probably should not be that low on it. But I don't think I want to be overweight. I just think I want to be like right around 6.
Yeah. So Cooler said that Kittle closed at ADP 34 last year. He'd go to 55. Yeah. Yeah. If he didn't get hurt, he'd be going so high, like so much higher, and especially if you know that he may miss a couple weeks. Like he's being priced as he's going to be on pup and not start till like week 5 or 6.
Yeah, his
And
price makes you think that Tonjes is worth taking.
yeah, exactly. And I was in on Tonjes in pre-draft.
Right.
And I near the end of pre-draft, I actually started taking Kittle in like almost all my drafts because we got the blurb that he thought he was going to be able to play early in the season, which I didn't believe it would be like week 1 or 2. But at the same time, I thought if even if he only misses 3 weeks, his price at 120 is worth it.
Man, I didn't want to jinx it there. We almost got Ken Walker to make it back, but
I
Chase
mean,
Brown's here.
I actually think I love Chase Brown. So
Same.
I've not done it in my ranks, but I think that I prefer Walker, or I think I prefer Brown to Walker and Hampton and Barkley.
I don't think I'd put him over Walker. I think there's a world where he definitely outperforms Saquon. I think if it was full PPR, I might be on board with you, but
Yeah,
he's locked into the top 10, and I think any given week he can put up top 5 numbers for sure. It's a bet I want to make. I don't want to be
mean,
under.
it's just a volume bet, right? Like
Yeah,
if Taj Brooks picks it up, like it's really good. But I don't want to be underweight the other guys. I Saquon's the one I'm like I don't fear being like I'm going to be like 5% Saquon, just like JSN. Like my mini fades are but it's JSN, CMC, and Saquon. I'm going to be like 5% on all those. Achan goes with Cook all the way over there. That's going to be really like that. Might no very few people are going to be doing that in the pug.
yeah. The ship has sailed on Achan at that high, so definitely not common to pull him up there. But
Yeah.
we got a unique start as well. The price here on Chase Brown's not that common.
Yeah,
but
Slayton was workshopping all these earlier.
Thank you for the super chat, Slayton. Really appreciate it. Potential collab names for you two: Beard Science, New Strains, and Hoohames. South Central Standard Time. I like that one. God's Time with the Devil's Lettuce. Birdman and the Blunt Clan. Chief Concerns, Acting Chops, and Betting Props. These are good. These are excellent.
Yeah.
These are fantastic, Slayton.
I think I like God's Time with the Devil's Lettuce. Like
South Central Standard Time made me laugh the most. But I don't know if I can rep South Central. I'm probably not equipped in the LA streets. It's not. I live in Pasadena basically, so much different.
This is rough.
Yeah, this is
Zay.
gross. Sure.
Zay. The week 17 correlation.
Yeah,
it is 124 per. Like that's one reason I prefer Chase Brown, is because I really like the Zay price. And getting him here like gives us a solid chance to get it with Lamar. It is 124 person final, so it's not like an enormous final, but stacks are you're gonna get there and feel good about it.
I think that's a game you definitely want a piece of. It's not a game I want to fade, but that's kind of the main reason. I'm fine with Flowers here, but I don't feel like amazing about it. I think we are kind of spending a little bit of a premium, but it's just like, can he actually put up more touchdowns? That's the only way I think he outperforms this ADP personally.
So I think Zay is going to get more long touchdowns this year in the Doyle offense. I think the Doyle offense is going to be a lot more explosive, like better for explosive plays than the Monken offense was. So I think we're going to get some of that.
I almost added this to the slides, but I chose not to. And it's tracking the Ravens receiver 2 this year. I think that could be an extremely valuable player.
Oh yeah,
One of the rookies, Scatabo goes, so we're back on the
I
clock.
I love who's up top. Is it McMillan?
Yeah, Tat McMillan's up
I
top.
like Waddle. I like McMillan. I like Evans. I like the top four. We could take Loveland as well. It don't matter. Like
For
all of
me,
these
it's
people are even to me.
let's take Waddle then. Even
I
with the fall on Ted, I'm not excited about it.
like
Compared to Waddle, I'd rather bet on Denver.
I Loveland falls into the fifth sometimes, so I've moved him down to the fifth round. I don't like it, but I've done it just because I want my shares of him in the fifth now. Like
The Loveland price has been really all over the. I would have assumed it had moved up the board, so for it to fall is kind of crazy.
so on the full PPR sites, he's staying firm in the middle of the fourth.
Okay.
And I actually think he's a better touchdown bet than a full PPR bet. So like him falling in underdog is wild to me.
I think it's just how often people want to fade tight end. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of the main reason why you're like averse to taking one up at the top. But Allen in round 4 and Loveland round 5 are two things I am totally good with, says Coolers.
Yeah, like
pretty
I
fair.
really like the Loveland price early. I still don't think it was wrong to take him in the middle of the fourth, but absolutely give it to me in round 5.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
like I'm not going. Like, I do think that with the new, like, if with the quotes and the news and stuff, like Waddle and McLaurin and Mike Evans all going ahead of Loveland makes sense. The Luther Burden slappies are still just not going to let it die.
No, it seems like that they'll never
Yeah.
be given up on.
So what do we want Lamar, or do we want to take a RB2 here, or do we want to just run it with
Lamar's gone.
yeah.
So
I mean,
we're either loading up on Adams or I think it's between
I'm
Quinshon
fine
or
with
two.
I'm fine with Adams or Quinshon.
I'm a little more inclined to go Judkins, but honestly, I've been trying to catch up a little bit on Adams. And if he falls, I feel like it's just crazy good value. So if you're down, let's do it.
I think a zero RB team here, or a hero RB team, like feels fun. Like,
yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
Like I don't do it all the time, but if the room's gonna give you values, you got to take the values.
Yeah.
And we have to make sure to take naked Jaden Daniels in front of the Terry McLaurin drafter who stole our Lamar, young Moolah.
Yeah. An eye for an eye.
Like, just go ahead and cue it up. Like,
okay, you got it, man. Real quick, just before I forget, let me shout out all the people in this lobby before I forget, and just make sure I check in on the team reviews. We have P Punch at the 101. He's getting a team review. Albie's in here as well at the 102. He gets a team review. Mr. Mufasa's in here, but I don't believe he's a member. We have Young Moolah, who just sniped us. He's a member. He gets a team review. Game Tight gets a team review. And then Gerard, I believe, is also in here, but not a member. So if anyone else is in here, let me know. I think Jets at the 10 spot might be drafting with us as well. But thanks for joining us, everyone. I was a little slow to mention it, but yeah, thanks for hopping.
You're welcome, Coolers. You're welcome. I don't even think that it's a bad, like, Jaden's just a good pick. Like,
no, yeah, it's not
he's just flat out a good pick. Like, I will say if Tyler Warren makes it, that would be pretty fun.
I personally rank Drake May over Daniels, and we get the bring back with Waddle, so I wouldn't be opposed to that. But for the sake of the snipe, if that's what you want to do, if you want to be petty, let's go for it. We're on the clock, and Tyler Warren.
Let's take Drake May.
Okay.
Drake, yeah. I like that's where I was going the whole time. I was hoping somebody else would take Jaden before us, so we could get the Drake May.
Well, he goes Harrison, so he shoots himself in the foot.
Young Moolah is GAB for life, there, Jeff.
Yes,
the guy who has 42% Ben Sinat, I think he said.
Could you
No,
imagine
no,
someone
I
actually
just-
have if someone actually had that? That'd be the wildest fucking shit. It's his year, man. I just know it. I know something that nobody else knows, and third year's the charm. You just have to
don't
be
worry.
him.
I'll Photoshop I'll Photoshop the screenshots. It'll be fine.
Pat Kerrane has 42% Rashad White. You have 42% Senate.
uh, no, but yeah, I think that this is a fun start.
Do you are there running backs that you've been opening your mind up to as like later round builds that you feel like much more stronger like waiting on? Because there's some that have been really moving up the board. Pollard is one of them, but he goes at 72.
I mean, I think we could take four straight running backs here and just cook.
Definitely a viable strategy.
Like I mean, we could take 2 running backs, Bo Nix, and then another running back or something. We could do that too.
I'd be down.
The Jamar drafter push Burrow around the corner. That's nice.
Yeah, always appropriate where he really should be going.
Yeah,
but like,
he shouldn't be ahead of Drake May or
no,
Jaden Daniels.
The T Higgins drafter just gets frothy every time.
Yeah,
but by ADP, it's Warren and Chuba.
Tyler Warren still here?
No, Jalen Warren.
Oh, I was like, Tyler, sign me up.
Oh, I can see why you can't notice it. Let me bring it down.
There we go. I mean, Jalen. I think Jalen or Chuba, whichever one you want. Do you want to get different with your Chuba?
No, no,
me either.
Not at all.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. I think Jalen Warren's a player that I still think Rico should be like close to Warren, not 10 picks after him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's being irresponsible to like know that Warren's price is fine, just liking Rico's more, not taking Warren because the other one's still there. I think that Warren's price is fine. I don't love I do massively prefer the Dowdle price, but I think that it's fine.
I've definitely been prone to do what you said is not what you want to do, where I just kind of full fade Jalen Warren a little bit. But I've been accepting that Warren's just not going to fall at this point. Like I was waiting for him to fall, and he doesn't. It's the same thing with Chuba; he doesn't. But I got to mix him in as well. It's not like Warren's going to disappear, so you got to take him a little bit.
Yeah, at 0, I disagree. I think DK Metcalf should be behind Pittman. So, and I think Devontae Adams is going to score another 12 touchdowns. So,
yeah, Adams should probably be in the 4th.
Yeah, exactly. And Judkins, I'm not saying I think Judkins should be ahead of Bucky, and I'm like 50-50. I like Judkins over Travion too, honestly.
That I have not gotten behind. I think touchdowns are still going to hold Judkins back a little bit, but volume wise,
it could.
It's a very. I'd rather take Judkins than Tootin.
I mean, Blake Corum's a super smash eater.
You trust Corum?
Yeah.
Sell me on Corum a little bit because I haven't been taking him like crazy, but I understand the upside. But sell me on it.
Well, number one, we're in a team bet now because we have Adams.
Right.
Number 2, I mean, we just seen it at the end of last year. The split did get closer, but it's just an offense we're going to be in on. Like if the defense is a lot better, like they probably won't be running the ball out at the end of games a little more. They do this thing where Kyron starts every half, but then they split drives. So even though the rushing split looks like it's always in Kyron's favor, it's just because he starts every half. And sometimes you get 4 drives, sometimes you get 5. If you get 5, Kyron just gets more downs. And if one of them's on a 3-and-out drive, that's their drive. The other one comes in. So that's what they did last year. But last year, the reason they took Jarquez Hunter, who I was very in on, and the reason I was out on Corum is because they said they wanted explosives in the offense. Well, Corum kind of brought that, and they've kind of talked about Corum being looking more explosive this year already. So I think that they're gonna try to design some stuff up for Corum this year on top of the other stuff.
You'd hope so. I'm not totally convinced the Chiron just going away though on the
No, I
Gorham.
don't
Like,
think so. But like,
and the Corum production was also kind of linked to Adams getting hurt as well. Not exclusively, but it definitely really cemented once that happened. So
I mean,
I'm still a little bit reluctant. But in terms of like raw upside, in terms of contingent plays, then yeah, you want the Rams running back, no doubt.
Yeah.
If Chiron gets hurt.
well, he's got standalone value.
True.
All right. We could do Laporta here. We don't have a tight end, right?
No, we don't.
I'm.
I don't mind the value at all, but our plan was originally
What about
Bo
Rashad
Nix.
White? Yeah, we could do that. We could do Bo Nix.
I think if we're not going
Let's-
Laporta, I think I'd rather go Bo Nix.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Because now
So-
we can just be done. We can just be done with
Yeah,
it.
Jalen Warren plus Blake Corum, like we know they're getting touches. We know they're both going to have usable weeks, right? So I think just getting guaranteed touches there makes sense. Like Dobbins might have been a fine pick as well. Jonathan Brooks, if we wanted to pull him all the way up, like that's the big upside swing. But like, I think it kind of worked out the way like Corum is on an offense is going to score a lot of touchdowns, and he's a running back, and he actually gets used. It's not like the Tank Bigsby Saquon Barkley split. Like they were actually splitting reps. You know, like they didn't bring Kyron in at the goal line. You know, like they did with Sean Tucker. You know, like
Yeah.
none of that stuff was happening. So if the offense is doing good on those drives, and like with Adams, like whenever you're betting on this, like Adams just scores the touchdowns on the Kyron drives, and Corum just scores them on his drives.
That'd
We
be
could tell
excellent.
it-
That'd be the best of both worlds.
That's exactly how it has to work out. There's no other possible outcomes. There's
Either this or we fail. But I also think the Myles Garrett and Trent McDuffie upgrades, like their defense is also going to be crushing. So they're probably in more running game script just to close out the game.
that was kind of like the first point there. So
yeah, we are eligible to take Stafford if we want, but I'm not dying to do it.
Are you in or out on the Jordan Mason stuff?
I think at this point, the risk of him really moving up scares me. So I'd like to take him.
I think on this kind of team, we take him.
Yeah, this team, I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I was like, I don't think we need Rashad because we could get someone like Mason.
So the 2v2 here, Mason Nix versus Stafford and White.
I definitely prefer the Bo Nix Mason side. I don't think it's like overwhelmingly heavier, but the upside of Bo Nix in best ball, I think, is
actually
significantly higher.
Gainwell would have been a perfect stack too, but
the bring back there.
I don't know why my mind wasn't thinking about that, but yeah,
it's fine. I think locking up Bo Nix and having higher rushing upside at quarterback, I think is valuable because as good as Stafford is consistency wise, like we already have Drake May, so like we already kind of have like a 20-point lock in the lineup every week. Stafford never goes over 30, and then maybe they don't need to throw as much this season. Maybe he doesn't offer that true MVP upside. So I don't mind with that, the direction we chose. But it's an interesting discussion.
I think I was gonna say I would have been super in on taking Aaron Jones with Jordan Mason here if he fell all the way back with the way we've structured this room.
At 120,
is Jordan Mason week 6?
Yes, week 6.
Okay,
same
that
as
sucks. Chase
the
Brown.
Bengals and Vikings same bye week. C-Rod I would have loved, but not the end.
We could take the guy that you don't have much of here.
I'm forgetting who you're referencing. Honestly, no, we're not taking.
Not that guy.
No, we're not taking Jason.
I was thinking Tyrone Tracy, but
okay.
What do you think of just taking Kincaid?
I'm down. I was thinking tight end here would be most useful, so I'm totally down.
Yeah.
I'm still a little reluctant even to know that maybe I might get burned and like other people I respect are in on it, I still feel like he deserves to fall just because of how high I am on Scatabo. So maybe he's more valuable than ADP, but I think it's more likely he falls. I've seen him fall a decent amount at times. Like it's slowly but
No,
surely he's starting to fall.
he falls to where we're picking sometimes. Like his
Yeah.
ADP is like 134. I just have him like 4 or 5 spots ahead of ADP.
Well, we'll see if he makes it back. I don't know if we are like desperate to draft RB5 this early. It wouldn't be terrible, but I think getting a tight end there helps out our roster given
It does.
the tier break is pretty significant.
I
If
mean,
we
we're
don't get
pretty
Goddard.
open to do whatever we want. I do think RB, like if Tracy comes back, I think that it was a pretty clear pick. I just because we got the hero running back and then we got Warren, Corum, Mason, so we could stop with those and then like tack on 2 late, like super late contingent guys and build out the rest of our roster. I think we're going to stop at 2 quarterbacks most likely, right?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. So
So I'm thinking, what, a wide receiver here?
unless Goddard's still there, I'll be
Yeah, if
honest.
Goddard's there, we take
I,
Goddard.
I think if game type passes, he goes
Yeah.
Cam Ward.
Yeah, let's
So,
take Goddard.
ADPs is Malik Willis, but we don't need him at all. Let's do it.
Yeah.
What's your like true rank on Goddard? Because I have him just for like the sake of exposures, not taking him all the time at 130, but my true rank is like 117, 120.
I think in my rankings, I have him at like 128.
Okay.
But those they bake in ADP.
Gotcha.
I'll go find it. I'll bring it up real quick and
Whenever I take Hertz, I'm trying to scoop up Goddard like as much as I can. And so that's where typically Hertz is on the right side of the board and I don't really want to like mess around with it. That's where sometimes I pull up Goddard to 124 or 125. It feels like such a valuable stack to have.
I got him at 129, 5 spots ahead of ADP.
Okay. That's pretty fair.
I don't have him above Mark Andrews, but I do take him above Mark Andrews a lot. It's not that I think Mark Andrews is a fine pick. I do.
Yeah, he's fine. He's not amazing. He's not giving you 80-yard games though.
Yeah.
You're
looking at that.
2 touchdowns.
I might move it. I might actually move that here in a bit. Now that I'm looking at it, I have Dalton Kincaid at 120, like 7 spots ahead of ADP. So, like, we got a lot of value according to my ranks here.
I think that's pretty appropriate. Him and Goddard, I think, are both like 10, 11 turn, excellent picks. I think they're possibly going to be better than Fannin even, but like health wise, health is really the only red flag with the 2 of them.
I struggle with Fannin. I feel like he's a decent pick, but I can't ever take him.
I know. I know what you're saying. I remember in like late March or early April, I got Fannin at like 105, and I was like, holy shit, this feels amazing. I'm just going to wait for him to fall this late forever. And now he's going at like 110, and I don't want him at all.
Yeah.
Malik Willis.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we just take Malik.
Okay. Yeah, 150 on Malik. All right.
I think that we just stop at Kincaid Goddard now.
Okay.
And like we even have the Malik wingback and Goddard.
Right. Yeah, we do. Well, you mean Kincaid. The week 17?
Yeah. They play Miami and Buffalo play.
Mm-hmm. Quincy is asking, this is right up your alley. Thoughts on Denzel Boston?
I think if you join my channel, you could see a pretty fun Denzel Boston clip. Yeah, it's not gonna. It's I might even say it's one of the GOAT clips that I have. But I like Denzel Boston. He he profiled as a possible round 1 pick. He only went like 12 picks behind Casey Concepcion in the real draft. They spent the capital. They don't have any other receivers. And yes, I'm not counting Jerry Jeudy. Uh, like, I hate their quarterback situation, but everybody does. If their quarterback situation was like even Jacoby Brissett, Boston would be going at like 120, and Casey Concepcion would be going at like 75.
Yeah, the quarterback
So
situation just
and
wrecks it.
and Harold Phantom would be going with Tyler Warren. Like maybe not like let's say it was Kirk Cousins. Let's say they had Cousins, right? Like all of those would be so much higher. So the horrible quarterback situation kind of makes it awful. But we're talking about single week upside that you don't have to plan for. Like Boston has that. KC has that. I think that he's a really good buy low candidate for a best ball team. I mean,
Zero saying he outscores KC, but
in half point PPR, I think it's possible. Isaiah Pacheco to me pretty clearly.
just because of the fall,
Oh wait, he's week 6.
he is week 6.
You want to do Debo or Trey Harris?
We can get back in at receiver. Let's go Debo. I have so much Trey Harris. I'll take Debo.
Yeah, Browns just need to get a quarterback like Joe Flacco.
If only he was willing to play for them.
Yeah.
I kind of struggle with the Browns clicks, to be honest. Like, I mostly ever take Casey Concepcion when he falls like a full round. Boston, I think, is worth it right at ADP just because it feels so deflated for like the type of rookie prospect profile we're getting. Like, wasn't he drafted like 41st overall, if I'm not mistaken, or was it actually top 40?
I think it was 37th.
Well, it's definitely a price that you would never be paying this low on historically. Like last year, Trey Harris was pick 111, and he was a 3rd round pick, or late second round pick.
He was 39th
for Boston. Okay, yeah, right around 40. It's a pretty obvious talent bet. It's just like you were saying that the Brown system is just so disgusting. But then Judy's also like a weird player to like project.
If Denzel Boston went to Kansas City, he'd be drafted back to back with Xavier Worthy.
He could maybe even go back to back with like Tyson, possibly. Like I could see. I could see the hype be that high.
Oh, I was gonna say Sean Tucker would have been really good here.
Well, Trey Harris circled back. We still only have 5 receivers, so at 174, I'd be in.
I'm fine with it.
Might as well at this discount. But I do think there's a world where he could be better than Concepcion. I don't think that's impossible. I wouldn't expect it, but I don't think it's impossible.
Yeah, so Zero saying people just say he's a contested guy because he was good at it. Well, he was only a contested catch guy because his quarterback kept underthrowing him.
Gotcha. Where did he play in college? I kind of forgot.
Washington.
Okay, he was a Husky.
Yeah, like because somebody tried the argument of like, well, what do he do versus Jalen Polk? I'm like, well, number one, you're an idiot. Like, because he was a freshman or whatever, the second year sophomore, when this guy's a senior. Like, and if you're in here, I'm not apologizing.
Alvy, my team's trash. Just not a big fan of the left side of the board. I'd rather be 11-12 any day. Yeah,
I love the right side. I love the left side of the board.
It can be tough.
I don't know. I mean, is he at the 2 spot? Did he get one of the elites? Yeah, he got one of the elites. So like, he has no excuse. Like, you go double anchor wide receiver with like Nico Pickens, Rice, like pull up a lat, like you do something like that. You can even take Brees. Like it's like and then round 4, there's a lot of things.
The 2-3 turn double tapping receiver, I think, is definitely the way to play it.
Yeah,
you have
because there's so many
uh,
click running back.
yeah,
Katron,
I'm
can
fine
I
with that.
can I
Yeah,
interest you in some Katron Allen, sir?
definitely. JCM's the man, but we're just sending it.
Oh, he fell for the tight end bait. Was it Bowers or yeah? It had to be Bowers.
Let's
I
see.
think Bowers is fine. Like
Bowers at 23 is hard to pass up.
I would have done that.
I
Like
get that.
I don't know. I think your team looks good at the top end.
I think he's worried about his running back depth because Jones is his third and Pacheco's his fourth. But
Yeah,
otherwise,
Dobbins got pulled up in front of him.
yeah,
That's rough. And Harvey got pulled all the way up to the one. He got destroyed at RB.
sometimes the bookend just gets
Like,
bullied. It is what it is.
He got destroyed. But you did get that sweet Pacheco value.
Yeah, no, Pacheco, that's where he really should be going. But if anything happens to Gibbs or his role is just bigger, he's gonna be very valuable.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm just saying Pacheco should go at the same spot that Keaton Mitchell goes. That's all I'm going to say about it.
I'm not going to disagree with that either. Who?
Like I just like I'm not going to disagree that like he shouldn't be down there. I'm just going to say he should be wherever Keaton is.
I think Keaton should still go ahead of him though, but
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
3 or 4 picks, not 20. Not
definitely not wrong on that. But Charbonnet fell at 172. That would have been an interesting choice if we had him at 174. But okay, I think we're locked into one more running back, one more receiver, or
just take whatever running back you want. Just pick. You can pick any running back in the pool. We could do the Claiborne thing.
Boy, thanks, who giving me the reins here. Wow.
Yeah, I'm feeling generous. I'm feeling.
Let's go Kalen Black this time.
Sounds good.
I got plenty of Jordan James, but ultimately, like just one of the Niners backfield, I think is fine. Do you have any lean on the Niners backfield? Do you play it a certain way, or just you want both randomly at different times?
I'm only taking Jordan James.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm right.
Well, the Shanahan pattern is everyone steams up the round 3 rookie, and he's never relevant the first year, and then that's what Jordan James was under last year. Just you're in the doghouse until you can prove it, and you will be run into the ground, and injury will happen.
I'm going to get
rid of you instantly.
I'm going to get hoodwinked in 3 weeks whenever there's a bunch of Kalen Black hype, and then I'm going to start taking him, and then he's not going to do anything, and it's going to be Jordan James.
I think I have twice as much Jordan James than I do Kalen Black, but I do not want to full fade either of them. I think it's a little risky to full fade one of them. But yeah, I think Hoohames was doing that.
No, I'm playing with the bottle cap.
Okay. We got one click left. Is there? I assume receiver is what you would like. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I think we're good to do kind of whatever.
We could go with Pat Bryant. Is there a Patriots receiver you ever take? Do you ever take Kayshon Boutte or
we could do Boutte. We could do Boutte.
I'd rather go Bryant, but if you wanted Boutte, we could grab some.
I mean, the Waddle Bryant double stack is my favorite thing.
Bryant feels like he has more leverage on staying on the field. The Boutte situation, I have a hard time seeing his path, just because it's so crowded. So I think I'd rather go Bryant, but unless you really wanted him,
it's whatever. I have so much Fat Bryant. I'm fine with it, but I looked at my DK exposure. It's 20 rounds there, and his ADP is 224. I'm near 30%.
Gotcha.
He's just free in round 19 every draft.
That's a little much, but for the price, it's fine. I,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too upset with that. But
I'm not upset about it, but I I feel like it was a bet that I was one of the bets I was right on last year, and it didn't pay off at all. Like
I don't think you're gonna be too upset about it. I just think there's a world where like maybe he doesn't see the field enough to really matter. But at that low of a price, like there's so many zeros you could take. It's really not a big deal. But you want to recap this team for us?
yeah, we got a 3-6-7-2. We got Drake May, Bo Nix, Malik Willis. Running backs, Chase Brown, Jalen Warren, Blake Corum, Jordan Mason, Kalen Black, and Katron Allen. Yes, we said Kalen Black before Katron Allen. But
You're you're
yeah,
ecstatic about it. I can tell.
yeah. I mean, we, Black Black is the back, right?
I think he has a shot to really contribute. It's just kind of like probably more wise to take the year two guy than the year one guy. But
I
it's all good.
I don't want zero Black.
Yeah, that's my
I
stance.
do agree with that. Like I don't want zero. I'm just trying to do it in 20 round formats.
That's fair.
Then wide receivers, JSN, Zay Flowers, Waddle Adams on a fall, Debo, Trey Harris on a fall, Pat Bryant on 45 picks behind his true ADP. Tight ends, Dalton Kincaid and Dallas Goddard on a fall. Like not a big fall, but a little bit of a fall. Like I love those tight ends. Our wide receivers are very strong.
Yeah.
And then we need some help at running back, but we got like if Chase Brown's what you need, we didn't need the Malik Willis pick, but I mean 25 picks after ADP on a single week spike upside quarterback.
No, 150, you can't pass that up.
I don't I'm actually at like 7% Malik. And I take him when he falls to like 135, 140, like when he falls like 7 picks. I take him. I actually think we're going to start seeing Malik Willis around 135, 140 as his ADP.
As the casuals come in.
As we see him miss everybody in camp. That's what he's
right. Yeah, though the camp reports are going to be not very exciting.
Like but, I think he's just going to get cheaper.
It's all the rushing upside though. That's all we don't have him stacked.
That
doesn't matter.
Right. I'm not saying that. Like yeah. I'm expecting that. Now, no, not really.
No worries, young Moolah. Not the end of the world.
It honestly didn't affect us at all.
Like, if anything, we would have been really pissed to have to pass on Malik at 150. But
yeah.
All right. That's our team.
Yeah, if we took Lamar, like what changes? We just take Bo. Like nothing changes.
We might have pulled up Pollard instead of May. That's really it.
Well, right. We would have had a slightly like we wouldn't have had Adams. We would have had the top 3 backs. We would have had Lamar there. We would have probably taken Pollard and just had a stronger RB room. But like been a lot weaker at flex position for
our receiver room. Yeah, maybe with Pollard we take like I don't know, Pearsall instead of
we wouldn't have taken Corum. Well, we wouldn't have taken Corum probably, and we would have taken whatever wide receiver was there.
Yeah,
who was there?
Pittman or Jaden Reed had fallen.
Man, Downs went early.
This is kind of where he goes now. It's not too early.
God, please put Keenan there.
What's your share of Downs?
Probably too high to actually wish that.
Yeah, you're betting against your own.
6.1%.
Okay, that's definitely not bad at all if that happens. I might need to get going soon, so let's kind of rip through some other team reviews before we go. But P Punch in the house. He's got the 101. He took Mahomes, Jared Goff, and Mendoza. That checks out. Pulling up Goff when you have multiple Lions is definitely the move. Gibbs, Pollard, RJ Harvey. He took it 73, but at one point he was going there, so I don't hate it that much. He has upside. My boy Bigsby and then your boy Vidal. Anything with Gibbs can work, but it's a little bit shaky. I don't love the pull up on Harvey, but it could work out. He did double tap receiver at the 2-3 turn with Nico and Rashi. JMO Shakir is number 4. That scares me a lot. McMillan, though, I think is good. Tucker's good. He got Stribling at 192, so 21 picks. That's a good fall. And then Ted Hurst, also a minor fall, but last pick of the draft. Whatever. And then he has Loveland and Kelsey. Any notable thoughts on that?
I actually like Shakira as the fourth there because JMO's a Spike Week guy, and then he added Spike Week guys behind it, like fun guys behind it as well. So I think the Shakir pick fits the room well.
The room context, I would agree. It feels better in full context, but like above
Yeah.
ADP scares me.
It's I mean,
It's fine. It's not the end of
yeah.
the world, but it needs all of the other pieces with high upside. It could be worse.
What was his
Uh,
quarterbacks?
Mahomes stacked up with Rashi, Goff with
What did
JMO and
what did
Gibbs.
he do at like 130 or 140 ish?
He took McMillan and Trey Tucker.
I think one of those two should have been Malik Willis, considering that you took Shakir there.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
All the
like
people who passed on Malik
on a
Willis.
fall like that, like if you're going to take a third quarterback, I think that taking Willis there and then just taking another upside shot later makes sense. Like, but that's a small critique. The team as a whole looks good, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the team. I think if you're planning on taking a third quarterback, maybe he wasn't. He went at 190, didn't he, Mendoza?
Mendoza. No, he took Mendoza 169.
Okay, so yeah, I think if
With
you were planning on doing the Mendoza thing, you should have just taken like the wide receiver room is pretty nice. Like I do like McMillan in there.
Yeah, I think the late round guys are filling in nicely, especially the fall and Stribling. That's valuable, but
It's
I agree.
true,
The
true
Malik Willis
peanut.
decision definitely.
Like it's not about that, but like I mean, I guess you're betting on the other quarterbacks to spike, so it's all good.
We also had Albion here, who didn't love his team from the 2, but got kind of bullied at running back. Daniels and Purdy, though, checks out in my opinion. Bijan, Travion, Jones is scary as number 3. Pacheco, a big fall, but always a little scary. Emmett and Jaden Blue, though, so some high upside handcuffs. And then he has Devontae Smith, Mike Evans, QJ, Jaden Reed, Omar Cooper, Hunter, and Antonio Williams, Troy Franklin. Tight end room has Bowers and Kittle. Very fun tight end room. That's pretty interesting. I like the tight end room.
I honestly like the team.
Yeah,
I think it's
fall
a
on
strong
Jaden
team.
Reed is pretty dope. 95 overall. It's just kind of like, can Aaron Jones hold up? But you don't need him that much. It's a good team. I don't mind it.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good team.
We got Young Moolah, another member who had he sniped us on Lamar, but he's just trying to get his favorite pick. Dak Prescott also on this one. He has Pickens and Javante. He pulled up Pickens at pick 20. That's kind of interesting. But Taylor, Javante, Brooks, Jonah Coleman, Marshawn Lloyd, Singleton, and Braylon Allen. If I'm not mistaken, maybe Young Mullah's coming around on Brooks. I'm not sure if he's been fading him or not. I might be mistaken. But I know he loves Marshawn Lloyd. He's been taking him forever. So he pulled him up at 173. That's notable. But he's got a lot of cracks at running back, so should be interesting. I think this Coleman pick is unnecessary. Like one of these running backs kind of weird.
Is every running back pulled up 15 spots?
Maybe not 15 spots, but these 3, Coleman, Lloyd, and Singleton, basically, yeah.
Yeah, 15 spots, right?
Yeah, 6 picks on
Yeah,
Coleman,
yeah.
24 on Lloyd, and then 21 on
I mean,
Singleton.
at a point, it doesn't matter.
No,
You're
it's
just
it's so
getting
late it
guys,
doesn't
and like
matter, but it's just
I
funny to see.
understand. I understand that it is just kind of funny. Like
uh,
contextually, the team looks fine. I'm assuming I'm not going to love the tight ends though.
he's got
You,
Pickens, McLaurin, Harrison, Pittman, Concepcion, Shaheed, and Walker, and then Okonkwo and Dulcich. Like, it's a little weak, but given who it is, they're getting a lot of volume, so
it's just a
it
one of
checks
five.
out.
If he can get through the 2 of 12, it's just a 1 of 5, 1 of 5.
Well, he's getting first place apparently, so he's happy with it. The quarterback room is great. The running back room has all the depth it needs and should crush if these top two stay
No,
healthy as well.
I'm,
Receiver has good depth, so yeah, I got no problem with it
I'm pretty
at all.
sure he means that our team is playing for second, or we're getting first, and everybody else is playing for second. But
Whatever.
I appreciate the shout, GAB. It's,
Our
I,
our last team review is Game Tight, who we sniped on Malik Willis. He's got Shuck, Cam Ward, and Daniel Jones.
I think he was actually happy we took Malik
I know,
because
yeah, he was.
he's got a lot. He was like finally trying to not take him, and he falls to 150. That's a lesson. Let him fall. Try to get him at 150.
He does get Daniel Jones with Josh Downs, though. I think he also took Keenan. Oh no, somebody else took Keenan. He has Tyler Warren, but Genty, Ken Walker. That's an excellent combo. Despite the pull up on Genty, you still get Walker. That's awesome. Travis in the third, Scatabo in the fourth, and Sampson pretty late. That's a strong way to play it. I like that a lot. Carnell Tate, DK Metcalf, Josh Downs, Pearsall, Wandale Flournoy, Malik Washington, and Wicks. So I see some desperation kind of kicking in a little bit. It's not bad, but there's like, you need the Carnell Tate breakout. You kind of need Pearsall to deliver. I don't believe that Metcalf is going to be that much more valuable than his ADP. He's decent, but he doesn't like excite me very much. But he does have the elite Tyler Warren and Gunnar Helm.
I think Metcalf is a fine pick. I don't like it, but
he's all right.
So we
the value.
Country Boy, we do reviews to members of the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Or like so on his channel and on my channel, it's the same thing. Like if you're a paid member, we review. If it's, and I believe he honors this as well, but like on mine, the first time you're in a draft with me, just shout yourself out and I will review that one for free. But other than that, it's members. Just because if not, like I know his drafts are this way too, but I have like 8 people minimum in a draft with me now when I stream. So
yeah.
So like it just takes so long to review. So like which is fine as long as like if everybody's a member, that's great. But like whenever everybody isn't members, like I don't want to never review their teams. And I try to shout things out if I see it during the draft as well.
Yeah, there's a balance, and for the sake of time and also like the guests' time, there's only so much you can do. But especially if you are a member, it's locked in typically. But I think that's gonna be it, bro. I think oh right, I gotta there we go. This was a lot of fun, man. I enjoyed it and looking forward to next week. If anyone hasn't subscribed to Hoohames, the link to his channel is down below, and give him a sub. He's on the road to 1K. And is there anything you want to shout out before we go?
No, tomorrow I'll be live at 4 p.m. God's time, aka Central Time, on the Hoohames channel. Just type in the name you see on the screen on YouTube. I go live every Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. Central, every 6:30 p.m. on Sunday nights. I've been hitting Saturday nights as well, but I'm also gonna I don't have the link yet, but I'm gonna be on a newer streamer's stream later in that night. So tomorrow night I'll be on 2 different channels. It'll be a good time. I always have a good time. I have a great time here. I think this collab's going to do a good job. I think we're going to do good work. And I look forward to doing more collab stuff throughout the regular season for sure.
Yeah, very excited to always appreciate your takes. And it looks like Mr. Mufasa was in that one, and he is a member. So I'll pivot back to that
Oh, is
real
he a member?
fast. He is. Yeah, it's coming up in green. My bad.
Oh, he just became a member.
Appreciate that.
I think. I
It does not show up in the StreamYard discourse, but
yeah.
if it's green on there,
I don't know why StreamYard hasn't been, but yeah, if you scroll up and you look, he wasn't a member, and now he
okay,
is.
sweet. Well,
Like, would fantastic. Thanks for joining.
yeah, I really appreciate it, Mr. Mufasa. Thank you very much. He's got pick 3 with Burrow and Chase. We've got Bryce Young, Aaron Rodgers as well. Cheap options. He did pass on Malik for Bryce Young. So that happened. Brees Hall, DeAndre Swift, Ramondre, J.K. Dobbins, and Chris Rodriguez. Pretty solid at running back, but I'm a little worried about Brees personally at ADP. How do you feel about Brees at 27?
I like it.
Okay.
I
He's it kind of scares me, man.
Whenever I started looking into the schedule stuff for the year, they have a really good defense like schedule like against defenses.
Gotcha.
So if they're not a complete dumpster fire, he's going to be really good. So like his upside opportunity is very high. I do think that it's not like incredibly high chance that hits, but I'm just gonna go around the field and call it good because like
He can drop 30 points, but I just don't think
yeah.
he's going to be consistent at all.
Well, right. Like he can drop 30 points on a bad team. Like, but if Geno Smith being protected is a fine quarterback, and they've spent a lot of capital offensive line. So
I guess I'm more inclined to only take him in like full PPR formats. I feel like he's much more valuable in drafters. He scares me in half PPR there. It's like you need him to drop at least 8 touchdowns, and I don't feel safe projecting him for more than like 4. I really don't. So
I
could work.
I understand that.
But I don't love it as number 1. But I think the depth is solid, especially with Dobbins and C-Rod as the 5th. Like I think he addressed it properly, where like the room fits a Brees Hall type of pick.
Oh yeah, it for sure does. And he pulled Dobbins way up to make sure that it happened.
Only 3 picks. Only 3 picks on Dobbins. I think you're thinking of
Dobbins ADP.
Harvey.
Dobbins ADP is all the way up there now.
97.6. He took him 94.
Huh.
But Dobbins, I know, is gives you nightmares a little bit from last week. Just a little bit, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but
just a little. Best Ball Jeopardy reference. We got Jamar Chase on this one stacked. Drake London. Okay, this is why he took Bryce. He has Tet at the 46. I guess that checks out. Dobbs and Naylor, Jeremy Bernard and Jalen Noel. That's fine. Not like insane. I'm starting to get a little worried about Jeremy, to be honest. Like the Rodgers rookie connection.
Yeah, it's pretty bearish. But like Jeremy is not a normal style rookie like he was.
Definitely not.
Jeremy is like
he's ready to play.
Yeah, he's a ball knower. Like he knows the game really well. And a lot of the like rookies usually have a really hard time picking up an offense. I think if a rookie's going to be able to pick up an offense, it's going to be him. Right. So there is a chance.
I hope so, but that offense starting to feel a little bit crowded given how many pass attempts is Rodgers actually going to throw. It's he got him 10 picks pass, but I can see him be worth falling into the 200s easily. And then Noel, not terrible. I'm willing to click him a little bit more. He's got Kyle Pitts, TJ Hawkinson, and Otten. I hate these last 2 tight ends. I think the upside's really low on these last 2, but Pitts can crush. So hopefully it checks out. I like the team. Pretty solid. The top 3 receivers are awesome. The running back room is awesome. But passing on Malik Willis twice was interesting.
It is a decision. It is definitely a decision.
It was a choice.
Yeah. So who are we? There was somebody on there I was wondering about. Go bring that up for a second.
Oh, sorry.
If you don't mind.
We had.
There was a player that I don't know if I've taken this year on there. Scroll down.
No.
Oh, hold on.
This is it.
Oh, I'm at 3%. K Dotton.
Okay.
K Dotton to me, like I was taking him very early, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like this guy has never done anything without like all of the receivers being hurt.
And even when he does, it's like he might give you 8 catches for like 65 yards. Like he's not
Yeah.
crushing in a way when he actually gets the volume. And like you also need like multiple injuries for that type of stat line. And then like even though 1 touchdown is destined not to repeat this year, like that's a huge red flag. And then he's never had more than 4 touchdowns. His spike week chart, I'm sure you probably saw it on the Fanspeak guide. It's like maximum 11 points like twice, and then everything else is like 6 points.
Yeah.
It's not best ball valuable.
But yeah, speaking of that, Jeopardy's on.
Okay, well, in that case, let's send y'all over to the Fanspeak Network. Awesome channel over there. We were competitors on Best Ball Jeopardy last week, but they got I believe Alex Cups and Michael O'Hara tonight. I believe that's the case. Meg mentioned it in your stream. I'm pretty sure that's what she said.
Yeah, it is Alex Cup and Michael O'Hara.
Okay, awesome. I'll grab the link real quick, and then I'll head out and drop that in the chat. But if you need to go, I understand.
No, I'm good. I just kind of forgot
a
about it for a second.
Well, normally it's on Wednesday, but today here the link is coming in right now, and head over there. Excellent show, and I got to get going, but appreciate you very much for hanging out, Hoohames. Excited for next week.
Oh yeah. See ya.
Later.